permission to come aboard.
The Aquaman trailer finally emerged during Comic-Con, giving fans their most in-depth look at DC's Atlantis yet. Let's dive deep into who's who and what's what in the new trailer. The James Wan directed film covers Aquaman's origin. The trailer opens with how lighthouse keeper Tom Curry, played by Attack of the Clones' Temuera Morrison, and Queen Atlanna of Atlantis, played by Nicole Kidman, met and fell in love. Their half-human, half-Atlantean child, Arthur Curry, will serve as a bridge between the surface world and the underwater civilization of Atlantis. We see at a young age that Arthur is able to tap into his Atlantean power to communicate with sea life, as demonstrated when he gets bullied and calls for help from an aquarium's resident shark. Between this and throwing Bruce Wayne up against a wall in Justice League, Arthur definitely doesn't like people making cracks about being able to talk to fish. We think these mercs on board this submarine might be tied to the movie's secondary villain, Black Manta, who we learned when we visited the set of the film blames Aquaman for the death of his dad. Perhaps this is the sequence where Arthur somehow contributes to that death. Black Manta's armor has the big helmet with red eyes that shoot laser beams, just like in the comics. In the comics, he's a classic foe of Aquaman's who has also been a member of the Legion of Doom. It could be that Black Manta and his forces are secretly responsible for that tidal wave we see here. Maybe he orchestrated the whole thing with Orm in order to incite a war with the surface world and give Orm an excuse to attack. Here we see Amber Heard as Mera, who reprises her role from Justice League. She's come to enlist Arthur's help against Orm, who is his half-brother and the present king of Atlantis. In the comics, he's known as Ocean Master. Unfortunately, Arthur has mixed feelings and mommy issues. We're thinking he was abandoned by Atlanna as an infant for some reason. It looks like it takes seeing Ocean Master attacking naval vessels and nearly killing himself and his dad to get him to agree to help Mera. Willem Dafoe plays Vulko, glimpsed here as an older Atlantean who mentors the teenage Arthur in the ways of his people. And as we saw earlier, Arthur is exceptionally gifted at catching edged weapons before they get him in the head. Thanks, Vulko. This would appear to be King Atlan, the first king of Atlantis. The filmmakers have said Arthur and Mera's quest to find his Excalibur-like trident is one of the key driving elements of the story. We learned on our set visit that if Arthur can acquire Atlan's trident, then he can communicate with all the creatures of the sea, which would clearly be an advantage in battling Orm. The unreleased exclusive footage shown at Comic-Con revealed that this scene is set in an ancient Atlantean temple in the Sahara, now a desert wasteland where once there had been an ocean. Here they will unlock an ancient holographic message from King Atlan about the power of the trident. Here's our first good look at the underwater kingdom of Atlantis and all the various life inhabiting it. Why two amphibious people need a ship to take them to Atlantis isn't quite clear, but maybe it's too far away for even Atlanteans to reach without some assistance. Aquaman will explore the 7 kingdoms of Atlantis. One of those realms is led by the Fisherman King, who is played by Guardians of the Galaxy and Shazam's Jimon Hansu. That's the Fisherman Queen and Princess standing to his side. As we saw in Justice League, Aquaman wields a quindent that he borrowed from Mera, but in this trailer, Orm is wielding the trident. Arthur is challenging Orm's rule in an almost gladiator-like arena combat. It would appear that Arthur is successful, and then Orm is forced to find a new army to attack the surface world. James Wan is a horror buff, so it's easy to see why the story features the horrific creatures known as the Trench, which, come from a trench deep in the ocean. Later we see the forces of Atlantis and the Trench clashing, so we're guessing this is the end battle, where Arthur must lead the Atlantean army in battle against his brother Orm and the Trench creatures. That's everything we caught in the new trailer for Aquaman. For more on the King of Atlantis, be sure to check out director James Wan and the cast breakdown of the trailer, as well as Funko's animated Aquaman short film. And as always, be sure to follow and subscribe to IGN on the platform of your choice.
She never parachute!
Redheads! You gotta love them!